When it comes to the world of car makers, Toyota is among the top. However, when it comes to the world of electric vehicles, this section is being dominated by companies like Tesla and BYD. After all, these companies started because of this very reason. Other automakers have had to adapt to the changes in the industry as more countries fight to switch to EVs. But even with this going on, sales have significantly gone down over the years, even for companies like Tesla. Because of this, companies have had to go back to the drawing board and check to see if they will still continue on that path. But for companies like Toyota, they're planning to bring the entire EV production to a halt. Why is this happening? Let's find out, shall we? Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll look at the reasons behind Toyota's plans to halt their EV production. But before we continue, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. And with that, let's find out why Toyota is planning to halt its EV production. Toyota has been one of the world's leading car manufacturers for a couple decades now. However, they're now facing one of the greatest challenges ever, and this is in the electric vehicle market. According to the company's CEO, Koji Sato, Toyota will be bringing its EV production to a halt for now. The main reason for this is the low demand as well as the high costs of making the EVs. This decision came as a surprise to many across the automobile industry, given that there were predictions that EVs would be the future of transportation. However, it seems as though people are not really ready to embrace the expensive and impractical EVs. And because of this, there's been a massive slump in the EV market. However, just because Toyota is bringing their EV production to a halt, that doesn't mean that they have given up on their vision of creating clean and sustainable vehicles. For a while now, Toyota has had a secret project as they work on two alternative fuels, and if they were to succeed, these could revolutionize the industry and leave the EV makers behind. But what exactly has the automaker been working on? And if they succeed, what will it mean for the industry? Akio Toyoda, the grandson of Toyota's founder, stepped down from his role as CEO to the world's largest car maker earlier in 2023. Amidst all the struggles, one of the reasons for this was the backlash that he faced from investors, analysts, and environmentalists, all of whom accused him of being too slow to adopt electric vehicles as the future of transportation. But even though he stepped down as CEO, he is still the board chairman, guiding the company's long-term vision and strategy. With everything going on, let's just say that he can now tell people, "I told you so." For a while, there was so much hype about EVs, as automakers thought that it was such a surefire way of earning profits. But ever since Elon Musk's Tesla reported having disastrous third-quarter earnings, investors are realizing that the market is not the same as it was. Toyota has always held the belief that EVs are not the only way to reduce carbon emissions, and with the recent slump in sales, he believes that this proves his point. He claims that people are finally getting to see the reality about the technology. He also went ahead and cited the US market as an example of the declining demand for EVs. During the whole period that there was a campaign for people and automakers to embrace EVs, Toyota stood his ground by saying that there were more ways than one to achieve carbon neutrality in the automotive industry. During last year's Japan Mobility Show in October, Toyota told everyone that there are more ways to climb the mountain to achieve carbon neutrality. However, Toyota is not the only automaker that is scaling down on the production of EVs. Other car makers are too. For example, Lucid has reduced its production by an insane 30%, while General Motors has postponed the launch of the Chevy Silverado EV by almost a year. Toyota informed people that other automakers are just now realizing the drawbacks and difficulties that were always there about this technology, such as the high costs, low range, and reliance on fossil fuels for power generation. He also cautioned that if the regulations are based on ideals rather than realities, ordinary users will have to suffer from higher prices, fewer options, and less convenience than they would be looking to find. When Akio Toyoda was still the CEO of Toyota, the automaker ranked third among the companies that were resisting government initiatives that were combating climate change. The top two companies in this were ExxonMobil and Chevron. During this campaign, Toyota was doubtful about the feasibility and popularity of electric vehicles. They were insisting that electric vehicles were not the only solution to achieving carbon neutrality. However, even with all this, the push for electric vehicles was not only coming from regulatory bodies. Most investors started viewing EVs as the future, but there was one problem. Their views were mainly influenced by the success of other companies, such as Tesla. Tesla, which has been the #1 EV producer in the American market, managed to achieve a market capitalization of about $1 trillion. This was in October 2023, making it the world's most valuable automaker. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has always advocated for a sustainable future that is powered by renewable energy. And since he joined Tesla in 2002, he has always supported the development of EVs. However, even if he took his stance, and even though Tesla was very successful, the CEO faced a decrease in its net worth of about $30 billion. Tesla reported what would be its lowest quarterly earnings per share in 2 years. This also ended up being 10% lower than the already pessimistic predictions from analysts. As a result of this, Tesla's stock price took a dive by more than 17%, which eventually dropped the company's market value by about $138 billion. What's even worse is that this was in 2 trading days. Interestingly enough, Akio Toyoda had already foreseen these challenges. Even with the slowdown in electric vehicle sales, the EV market was still growing. According to the Wall Street Journal, global EV sales increased by about 63% in 2022, reaching a total of 6.5 million units. However, this growth rate would later drop to about 49% in 2023, with an estimate of 9.7 million units sold. Because of this decline, the American market was affected, and because of this, automakers are rethinking their upcoming EV lineups. GM and Ford have already decided to cut production of electric pickup trucks because of the lower than expected demand. And it goes without saying that Toyota would not be left behind. Now, Toyota is not going all in on electric cars just yet. Instead, the automaker has decided to cut down on its EV targets by a whopping 40%. Toyota has been doing quite well of late with its sales and profits. It even raised its forecast, which can only mean that they're expecting to make more money and sell more cars. However, when it comes to electric cars, the Japanese automaker is putting a brake on that. As it is, the automaker is planning to sell about 11.4 million vehicles, or even more. But of these cars, very few of them will be electric. Instead, what Toyota has done is focus on hybrids, which combine the conventional petrol engine with an electric motor. Hybrids offer better fuel efficiency as well as lower emissions compared to conventional cars. Better yet, they do this while avoiding some of the drawbacks that come with pure electric vehicles, such as high costs, low range, and dependence on fossil fuels for electricity generation. In fact, Toyota has placed so much focus on hybrid technology that they've even become one of the global leaders in this field. They've sold more than 15 million hybrid vehicles since 1997. In addition, they are also working on 2 new technologies that could possibly change the course of cars. But for now, Toyota has decided to reduce the number of EVs that they will be producing. Do you think this is a good move for the automaker? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Also, before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.